Morning everyone, my name is Gabriel. I live in Wenatchee. Yeah, today I'm going to be sharing my testimony and how following Jesus has helped me carry my burdens. Growing up, my father was never present in my life. He would leave for days at a time, promising to come back, but he never would. My mother was always in a downward spiral, alive but never living. I would assure my mom for years that everything would be okay and that my dad would eventually come around. At this time, my mom was pregnant with my younger brother, and my dad also cheated on my mom throughout this time. I was around 7, and it became normal for my mom and dad to leave me with him for days. Eventually, as the years went on, I was then blessed with my younger sister and my even younger brother. I was playing mom and dad while my mom was in rehab and my dad was out and about. At this time, I was about 14, and I felt like my sole purpose was to provide, and my worth was based off of how well I could keep our family together. How well I could keep my dad from getting angry and abusing my mom, how well I could keep my mom from abusing substances, and how well I could keep my siblings happy. I first encountered Jesus when I was 15. I was in our garage and I was going to take my life. And as a desperate cry out, I cursed God. And I said, God, I'm tired of everyone leaving me. And in that moment, I felt peace and warmth. It was like it just entered the room. Like if I invited it and it just walked in. And I audibly heard, Gabriel, I will never leave you. And I still tried to deny it. I still couldn't believe that God was real. But I clung to that feeling of warmth and I clung to that feeling of peace. And I was laying in bed and I was scrolling on my phone and a Bible verse came onto my feed, which had never happened before. And it was Deuteronomy 31:6. And it says, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. And in that moment, I knew that that was not a coincidence, that there was no way that just randomly happened. And for the first time in my life, I was open to Christianity and God in general. A few months later, I got into a relationship that did not honor the Lord or his will. I idolized my partner and put them above God, expecting them to fulfill me like him. But it was through this relationship that God worked in my life and showed up in ways that I never could have imagined. He showed up emotionally, financially, and spiritually. I was introduced to Daniel in autumn, where God would work through Daniel to reach me, whether it was through Zoom Bible studies or random confessions. I became curious and I asked Daniel what baptism really meant and what it was and how important was it. And on February 16th of 2025, I made Jesus Lord of my life. It was through this relationship that I was able to meet amazing brothers and sisters who would lead me closer to the Lord, where it would show me what it really meant to have a brother in Christ or a sister in Christ. While I still struggle with sin in my past, I know one paid for it all, that I am redeemed. Luke 9:23. Then he said to them all, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross daily and follow me. Following Christ and denying myself has opened my eyes to who the Lord really is, that he's the one who paid for it all, that he is love, and he's not a front that you can put on for the approval of other people, that he's not an aesthetic and it's not a consistent feeling that you always have, but a choice to deny yourself, pick up your cross and choose to love him every single day of your life. Thank you.